Okay, so here is my final iteration of my Phase 5 for my horror in parentheses level, where we were experimenting with a bunch of stuff and implementing a bunch of different interesting features and trying to just get a basic grasp of the engine and what it can really do in some aspects. So first off, basic things that I've added since last time is we added a hey, you win the game when you get to the end here, which is this trigger box right here, down in the corner, right here. Come on, here we go. This for win text is how we have it set up. You walk through this hallway, which is actually a pane volume with a particle effect attributed to it. So you can tell something is off in this area. We added another AI into it to add a little bit more difficulty, and the puzzles generally go the same as they were. Other than that, we also uh, worked on just basically cleaning up all of our code and uh, bug testing the area and making it a little bit more foolproof, because in the original build there was sometimes when the door over here for our lerp coordinates wouldn't actually work correctly. Also, we had some times where we had a testing issue where if you would pull the battery off of this, it would still work as the elevator. So we changed that a little bit. But otherwise than that, that's basically about it that we added. This final one was basically meshing everything together and make sure it all worked integrally. I wanted to add in a few more features, but implementing them proved to be more of a challenge than originally thought. So here's going through the stuff that we ended up doing. We have our win text right here, and obviously this ends up going into our, hey, if you die, then this triggers again. So it says, hey, you've died, and then it waits, and then it finishes for your respawn, to respawn you where you were in your checkpoint. Um, but the things that we tried to add and couldn't really get to work was a way for us to reiterate which checkpoint we go to. I tried, but everything we just ended up trying to do didn't really work, because we were trying to work with the save place checkpoint here and get this to keep a specific location and swap to that after a count of 3, but that didn't quite work. So it was just something I tried making work and I just couldn't get it to. And then the other main feature that I tried to integrate but couldn't get to work was adding a patrol pattern into our AI. And all of these problems I'm having are, I'm on the verge of getting them. It's just, I need more time, and that's something I don't have for this project for the requisites of the time. So I'm chalking it up to those were failures as of right now. But it was basically for the patrol, we were going to set up another aspect into our aggro check, that it also had a patrol area that it chose from a random sphere and chose a direction to walk in. So that was what I wanted to do for it, but I couldn't get to work because already this is a lot of code. I didn't have enough time to implement at the end, and also this was just basically to reiterate getting everything cohesively done as we were building upon a bunch of stuff in between. So this is the stuff we added and tried to get to work, and it was just cleaning everything up, making sure all of our blueprints were legible, reducing some of the code that we had for some of the stuff, and generally just making things neater so that it ended up working how we needed it to. So that was the basic thing, and here is a general playthrough of what the game entails now. So first off, we're in a little bit of a bind because we're at the end of this, but we've seen all of that stuff on the other side of here before, so I'm not really worried about that right now. And this is more to show off the you win feature, and we have the patrol AIs going, and when they get close enough, they end up following you. We've seen that before. Here is our trapped hallway puzzle, and once you get to the end of it, level complete. So that was the basic thing. It was just tying everything together, making it mostly neater, so that going through it wasn't going to be super arduous. And make sure everything ran and debug a few things. But other than that, that's basically what we added for our final iteration of this. There's plenty more work to do, which I'm definitely going to do, especially once I get that stuff down. But this is just my progress report on it for our final part in this project for the semester. So